we've noticed a strange, shocking new battle in the trade war that no one is covering. Chinese factories are exposing American brands to influence how you buy.
What we're saying is the trade war is now moving to TikTok.
Now, Yetis, Jack and I use social media for a bunch of research. We like to find trending stuff before it's in the news, before it's even trending.
And this one has not been covered by the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, CNBC, or anyone else.
And here it is. TikTok videos from Chinese factories are exposing the real price of your clothes.
They claim to spill the beans that your Made in America brands are actually made in China.
And that the American brands you love are actually charging you 10 times more than they pay for those clothes.
Here's a few examples of the videos we found on TikTok.
These are wild. Let's hit them, Trey.
Who is the Chinese supplier behind Under Armour? Shenzhou International, which is one of the largest clothing factories in China. It also supplies for many other big famous brands, such as Adidas, Nike, Uniqlo, Lululemon, and so on.
Interesting.
Okay.
One company produces for all of those brands?
Oh, and get this, Jack. That video got 1.7 million views.
Here's another one.
All right, let's hit it.
While people are out here clowning Shane and Temu for being cheap and low quality, the expensive stuff you think is handcrafted in Paris or Milan, yeah, that's made in China too.
So that one you can tell is a voiceover with AI because they mispronounced Shein. Still,
Jack, I'm looking at the numbers. 2.6 million views on that video.
all right, our last one.
Oh, let's hit it.
I guess most of you know the price of Lululemon or other big brands. They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what? Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6. Crazy.
$100 leggings from Lululemon only cost $5 in China?
I'm taking my pants off right now, Jack. I am insulted by those prices.
That video got 9.4 million views on TikTok.
Okay, pause the pod. Jack, what did we just watch?
It looks like Chinese factories are doing a diss track on American capitalism.
I feel like we're in the middle of a capitalism rap battle right now. That's what these videos are.
So Nick and I tried to dissect these videos, and we realized they're making two distinct points.
First point is respect made in China.
Made in China is where high-end products are actually created, according to these videos.
Their second point is really about the price. Lulu, yeah, they're ripping you off.
Because Lululemon is charging us 20x markups. They're taking a $5 pair of pants and charging us $100 in the stores.
If your Align leggings cost $100 at Lulu and $5 in China, like at that point, you're not going to the Westfield Mall. You would book a flight to China and buy them direct from the factory.
But Nick and I heard those 20x markup numbers, and they sounded off to us.
Like Jack and I are studying profit margins all the time. We have not seen retail profit margins of physical goods at like 90%.
So we fact-checked those numbers by looking at Lululemon's audited financials.
Because Jack, what's the one thing we happen to love in particular about the United States stock market?
It's a bastion of truth.
Yes, it is, legally.
If Lululemon lies in their earnings report, they can go to jail.
All right, so Jack, let's whip out the latest copy of Lululemon's quarterly earnings. What kind of numbers are we seeing?
They pay 40% of their revenue in COGS, which are their costs of goods sold.
So based on those COGS, that cost of goods sold, Lulu is saying the $100 pair of leggings that they sold you cost them $40 to produce.
So Lulu says their leggings cost $40 to produce. TikTok says they're $5 to produce.
Again, Lulu says it costs them $40 to make those Align leggings. TikTok says you can buy them for $5 straight from the factory in China. That's a huge difference.
Which leads us to the even bigger story that's in our takeaway.
So Jack, what's the takeaway for all our buddies watching these viral Chinese factory exposure videos?
China just weaponized TikTok in the trade war.
Yetis, full disclosure, we don't have proof of China's government being behind these factory exposure videos, and we're not saying that China's government is behind them.
But TikTok's algorithm did push those 3 videos to 13.7 million users, even though each of the videos was posted from an anonymous TikTok account.
And that's a reminder about a reality about TikTok. The algorithm is a black box.
The concern with TikTok has always been that the Chinese government could demand an algorithm tweak to sow distrust and misinformation on Americans.
Well, Jack, that's kind of what's happening here, right?
These videos have made people very angry at U.S. brands, we can tell from the comments.
And during the trade war, they're right now helping build empathy for Chinese factories.
Even though they're saying numbers, $5 per leggings, that Nick and I didn't pass our fact check.
It is good to know where your clothes actually come from. That was interesting and important to see.
But like we said, it's clear to us that much of the numbers and stats from these videos are hugely exaggerated.
So besties, add it all up, and for the first time, we are seeing the trade war reach a new battleground: TikTok.
When you've heard politicians call for TikTok bans, something like this was their concern.
And that is what is so important about these $5 Lululemon leggings videos.
They show how China can weaponize TikTok in the trade war.